Okay everybody, hello again. Third video in 2 days. What is going on? Anyway, I'm doing this video because somebody at Hale Flights, if you haven't seen his videos, check him out. Hale Flights, he's a racing pigeon man, lives in Cornwall. He asked me about these yellow pots and I told him my thoughts on them, and to be honest they're alright for food, but I wouldn't put water in them. They fit in the slot, you can see that they slide in between the dowels and then twist it and it sits on. You can see them dowels there are 2 inches apart, so that's the size they are. The actual cup itself is not very good focus. It's 2.5 inches across the back there, them cups are. So you have to twist them on, push them into the back and then twist them so they sit there like that. Can you see that? Sorry about the focus. There. So they just wedge in there between the dowel rods. And then I just put, that's an ounce. That's my ounce measure. So an ounce of food fits in there comfortably. He's not really fed out of them before, so he doesn't know what that yellow thing is. Come on. No, he's just looking at us thinking, sod off. But yeah, it's not about the bird. So the bird then eats the food, obviously, and all is good. But if you got 2 tubs, one for water and one for food, which is what you want to do for with a hood really, you want to feed them and water them in the boxes. So when I used to do with a hood, I used to then fill the drinker up to the top so they got plenty of water. But then I found that they used to only drink a little bit. Obviously they only take a little bit, don't they? And then the rest of that water is sitting in that tub the rest of the day, and you can't really take it off without the water spilling out. So therefore I was always letting it run out, or just found myself topping it all up every day. But then you're adding onto old water, aren't you? So I wouldn't really recommend these pots for that purpose, for that reason, sorry. Which is why I got these other, that's filthy, it's been on the shelf for weeks. That's why I use these pots, or as you've seen me use these pots. I find these are better. These I just use for an emergency really, but also I do put them on these other boxes here because then the front comes to the front and there's no windowsill to put the pot on. So I do tend to use them on these last 8 boxes here. But so yeah, and obviously you can get out if you go along with a sponge. You could sponge the water out every time you want to take it off, but I found that you had to kind of cover it up and twist it off. See, look at all that water fell off. And yeah, so if you was going to use these, I just have them for the food and grit on each box rather than water. But everybody's got their own preference. Right, hope that's useful. Hale Flights. I mean, these, you can get these from the pet shop. They're ideal because they, like I say, you just chuck out what's left and wash it up. But then, like I say, it twists, water spill everywhere, not too good. And also, I had these on the front. When these are on the front and the birds are flying about, if it was an open door box above, I found that they'd always catch droppings in them, or birds perch on them. So unless you're using them just for food, I wouldn't waste your money on buying them for water. Alright, hope that helps. Just fed these birds here. These ain't going out yet, so these are all just getting food on the tray. Hen birds have been on the loft again all day today. I've just called them in. They've had food on the loft, and now I've just called them in through the flap. So now they're waiting for some fresh water. Hello, girl. Come on, then. Right, hope that was helpful. You always find they always look all a bit upset when they're out of food, don't they? Come on then. Come on. Come on then. Right. Thanks for watching. See you later.